Hey everyone, LB,
Sugar?
Ozzburne.
all bringing you another cast from the best of three in the Brood War tourney between Spun Stain and Fade. He's Spun from now on because that's not how he says it, and I'm not going to say it the way he says it.
It's Spunk Stain.
That's just wrong. That's just wrong, man. Okay, and from now on, we are going to assume that you know Brood War, and if you don't, PM me. I'll be more than happy to fill out any questions, or Google that bitch, because Google's your friend.
Or go play it. You know, Brood War's still a great game. If you want to ever return to Brood War, it's pretty fun to play with just a couple friends because you can use multiple CD or you can use the same CD key multiple times if you're not playing online.
Exactly, and it's also exceedingly cheap in comparison to StarCraft. StarCraft's still, what, a $60, $55 game or so?
StarCraft 2, I believe, is what you're referring.
StarCraft 2.
Yeah, StarCraft 2 is still about $50, $60 still, and that's
Exactly.
just in America. So, and it just gets more expensive the more out. StarCraft Brood War, the CD is like $20 maybe, and if you just go straight to Blizzard, it's $15 for the entire set.
Yep.
Download, and it's linked to your account, and you don't ever have to worry about it.
BattleNet also works on Brood War.
They still support that, really?
Yeah.
Brood War is still big in Korea. They actually invited 4 Brood War pros to BlizzCon. I don't think they actually invited...
Gang rape on that probe. Okay.
Oh, he tried to, but it unfortunately slipped right through. The
Sorry, I didn't mean
SCV...
to interrupt you, but...
You're good, bro.
No, it's fine. Pretty standard so far. We just see one barracks going down and a gateway for Fade, putting a cyber down now.
And Spun
But,
making sure that his SCV punches that cyber in the face, because why not? Punch a building!
Exactly.
And that building did actually lose him a game last round.
I feel like we're going to probably see the same thing from Fade. He's gotten gas pretty early this game, so he's probably getting ready to throw down a factory or two and get some siege tanks out and maybe some vultures. Try this again. This map actually has quite a few choke points. You can see these bridges here. And so it's a good area to set up siege tanks, you know, catch a bunch of zealots or dragoons in that choke, or set up spider mines and make it pretty much impassable.
Yeah, I do like where Spun did put his barracks this time around, making Fade kind of panic a little bit, not sure where everything is and all that good stuff.
Exactly. It looks like Fade has seen the barracks, though. Oh, he has not.
The only reason...
Fade never scouted that barracks.
Which is probably going to bite him on the ass later if he doesn't pay attention, although he might know where it is now just because of how the Marine popped out.
Did he see the Marine?
Yeah, the Marine was shooting at his probe while he was microing the probe.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We have another gateway going down, as well as earlier this time the Dragoon range upgrade for Fade, and we have 2 factories, one just finishing, one about halfway done for Spun Stain.
I always get that upgrade. It's one of the best upgrades. There's always the one upgrade you get for your army, no matter which race you play. For me, trying to be a random player on everything, I get the range upgrade for both the Dragoons and the Marines, as well as the speed upgrade for Hydralisks. Because in this
All
game,
very useful.
Because in this game, Hydras don't suck.
Hydras do not suck in this game. I'm actually looking forward to... Do we have a Zerg player in this tournament?
We should. I know Blue is a Protoss player lately, but I think we should have one. If we don't,
Hold that thought. We have 2 Dragoons running up in the main of Spun Stain. They just ran right past that bunker. It's like a Zergling run by, except Dragoons. He spots the starport, and he's going to take that out. He's microing these Dragoons pretty well against these SCVs, actually, and that Zealot going to take a lot of damage, or do a lot of damage to those SCVs. Tank popping out, but these Dragoons just do so much damage. This could be GG right here. He's losing a lot of SCVs.
He's losing all those SCVs, as well as not getting any mining at all, except for his gas. Oh no, he did finally take him out, but at what cost? 44 minerals? No, almost no income for nearly a full minute? That's crazy.
Yeah, we do see that, that's not right. It says Fade's only killed 2 SCVs. He killed more than 2, didn't he?
No, he only killed 2 because he was focusing down the tank, but I was talking more
Uh,
about the mineral damage from that.
the mining time, exactly.
Oh, which is another thing I'm looking forward to in Heart of the Swarm. That mining blocker drone for the Protoss. Oh, so nice.
I'm really excited
You
for the
have to
Zerg
remember...
Swarm.
What's that?
I'm really excited for the Zerg in Heart of the Swarm. They get so many cool things, and I think it's
I'm
really going to
excited for the
equalize their
Protoss.
late game.
I'm excited for everything because I'm a random.
We do have the siege tech for Spun Stain going down. It's, or not going down, researching. It's about halfway done, so these tanks are going to be able to siege up, and we'll probably see him take his natural shortly after. Fade has already put his Nexus down, though, and it's just about done. He's got another gateway warping in, giving him 3 gates. He's got the Citadel of the Dune to get Zealot leg speed, which we saw last game came hugely into play. And it looks like he might make another push.
Actually, he only got the Citadel of Adun for the Templar Archive, which is a very good play because he could instead get either Dark or High Templar because of Brood Ward being awesome like that. I would not be surprised to see more Dark Templar play, which won him a game against,
Ozzburne.
Ozzburne, yes. The game that pissed Ozzburne off right before this one.
Hit me up with that sadness.
You just sat all day, huh?
This is what I was talking about, that choke point, but these tanks weren't sieged, so he did not take advantage of those Dragoons walking down that choke. He's actually going to do quite a bit of damage here. Maybe not. 2 Dragoons going down, that Zealot going down, and he's going to have to back off. He could have done a little bit more damage there if he had microed those Dragoons correctly to take out that bunker without taking fire from the siege tanks. But, yeah, that just shows you that those Dragoons were able to get down this bridge without taking much fire at all from those siege tanks.
Now, Spun is actually taking some precaution against that by getting these spider mines. These spider mines are going to be able to choke these so very well, but it looks like a drop of vultures into the main is going to do a lot of damage against Fade, so long as he scoots past these Dragoons.
Which he does.
Barely.
Barely, barely. The vision was pretty close on those, but Fade does not see this drop coming, and it's gonna do some pretty good damage.
So long as he micros them right. I do love how the dropships look in this one. Look at that. Oh, what? You can't scroll in? Oh, come
Nope.
on. What
No
is...
zoom
Couldn't
in.
do that in Brood War. You have to remember, in Brood War, there were no warp gates, so it's not like when Fade notices this dropship coming in, which actually, that's kind of close. Ooh, he barely doesn't notice that.
Oh,
But
and
he's going to see it now, but he can't just warp in any units to stop this. He's going to put a lot of spider mines here, and these probes are going to
Here
go
it
down
comes.
quick.
once that spider mine arms... Oh, but there are Dark Templar
Probes
in the base.
float, don't they? No, no, no.
Oh! Oh! I forgot. Spider mines are detectors, apparently.
I didn't remember that.
It did a beeline
Is that
straight
true?
for that DT. They're detectors.
And that's the only reason they went off, because probes actually float over the spider mines in a similar way to the vultures. But I'm guessing they are detectors because they went off on that DT and took a lot of probes with it.
And as well as the vultures before they could plop out any more spider mines, which was unfortunate. But here comes...
We do see, though, as much damage as that did, Fade is actually ahead 4 probes, just because that natural has been up quite a bit longer. This DT in the natural of Spun Stain doing quite a bit of damage, though. He doesn't have any detection in his base, and these tanks are just free range.
And
Aw.
just GG.
And that's a GG from Spun.
He is almost 30 supply behind, and he knows it. That was a GG. I love the
Looks
drop.
like Fade 2-0 Spun.
I love the drop play from Spun. but he needed to do more damage with it than he did.
Yeah.
I do love the idea though. But this has been the final game of this series. Fade 2-0 Spun. Looks like this is going to be an interesting finals, which is coming up right after this. I hope you all had a good one.
Peace out.
Peace.